In this video, I'm going to tell you all about how I make my tablets for tablet weaving. I prefer a size that is 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters, or 2 inches by 2 inches if you work in imperial measurement. I make some of my tablets out of offcuts of mount board. That's card that's usually used in picture framing to sandwich between the glass and the piece of artwork or whatever you're framing. Excuse me. And you can often get these for free if you speak nicely to your local picture framers, as they would otherwise just throw them away as waste. And I use a standard office hole punch to make the holes. I also have a set of thinner tablets, and I made those using the hole punch again with repurposed document folders. And I went for something that's really stiff and strong, and the layers, the outside layers and the inner, don't separate easily, so you don't get the tablets unlaminating as you're working. And I need two sets of tablets, thick ones and thin ones, because I use them with different types of yarn. For the thicker ones, I use them with fingering weight or 4-ply yarn and upwards. And with the thinner ones, I use them with anything that's finer than fingering weight or 4-ply. That's something like this one, for example, which is, let's see, 2/16. That's quite a fine wool. And I usually use the thinner tablets for bands that are woven with yarn like that, because it means that I can hold a large number of them at once. So I can weave a much wider band than I would otherwise be able to. That's another reason why I like 5 centimeter tablets, because I can hold quite a large number of them at once. I get pain in my joints, and sometimes that includes my hands. So if I was to use larger tablets, I'd be putting a lot more strain on those joints, and I'd be able to hold fewer tablets. So over time, I would have to do less weaving than I currently do. I label my tablets. Let's find one where the labels haven't blurred away in time. There we go. This set over a decade old now. The labels are blurring away, even though I made them in permanent marker, but they still function nicely as tablets. I label my tablets in a clockwise direction, A, B, C, D, and you'll see in the threading diagram of all my drafts that the columns are labelled A, B, C, D to match these. And when you're weaving with the tablets, the labels would be viewed from the right hand side, and the back of the tablet would be viewed from the left hand side. At the beginning of every pattern repeat in all of the drafts that I make, it always starts with the A and D holes at the top of the pack of tablets, and that's sometimes also called the home position. Another trick I can share is using tablets in several different colours to mark certain parts of the groups that will turn in different directions for the pattern repeat, and also to mark which tablets are controlling the selvages. If I'm weaving something with a large number of tablets controlling the pattern, it's really easy to mistake some of the selvage tablets for pattern tablets when I'm picking the groups that are going to turn backward and forward. So having them in a different colour just makes it a lot easier to tell which ones are which when I'm looking at that huge group. Okay, so I hope this has been a helpful video. Making tablets is one of the things that people asked me about quite often. Generally, I would go with a material that is your personal preference, whatever you can get cheaply wherever you are, and a size of tablet that works for your hands. I have quite small hands, so smaller tablets generally work best for me. I would recommend trying out a number of different sizes until you get the hang of the size that works for you. I always make my tablets out of card because I don't need any specialist tools to make the tablets. But if you would prefer to work with wood or bone or leather, go for it. Whatever makes you most comfortable with your own weaving. Right, so happy weaving everybody, and I'll see you again in another video soon.